Jared Tinordi, I'd love to be back with Hawks. Prior to this season, Jared Tinordi spent the first 7 years of his NHL career trying to earn a daily roster spot. He never played more than 28 games in a season and had 5 different teams in that time. In October, Tinordi was released for the 7th time in his career by the New York Rangers. And for only the 2nd time, he has been claimed, with the Blackhawks rebuild taking a flyer about him. "You don't know how many more times this phone is going to ring," Tinordi told NBC Sports Chicago. "At a certain point it will stop playing, so that was really my mentality this year. Forget the noise, forget what happened at training camp this year in New York and stuff like that, and just restart and go out and play hard. And see what happens." So what happened? Well, Tinordi immediately became one of Coach Luke Richardson's most reliable defenders when healthy. He is a constant physical presence and, as Richardson best described him, if you owned a bar, you'd hire him as your bouncer. He seems to be in control and people are insecure and don't play around. Tinordi even took on a leadership role, recently donning the A as the 3rd alternate captain when Connor Murphy and Jonathan Toews were out of the lineup. "He's a great team player," Richardson said. "Team first, and he grew up in that lifestyle and understands it. He keeps himself in top form, which is always good for younger players to see how hard he works and how quickly he bounces back from injury. And all kinds of things, the intangibles, not to mention he's just a good presence on the ice physically. There aren't many open ice hitters anymore, and he keeps the other team on their toes and supports them as well. Everyone feels a little bigger out there." Tinordi is also an absolute warrior. He was perhaps the NHL's unluckiest player this season after suffering a laceration under his chin from a skate blade between 50 to 100 stitches in December and, 9 days later, being slapped across the face that resulted in multiple facial fractures, which required his jaw being wired shut for 5 weeks. Tinordi is also dealing with a recurring hip injury that may or may not need surgery this offseason, though that has yet to be decided. "Many things are still up in the air," said Tinordi. "Talking to the doctors, I think we have some decisions to make or conversations to have at the end of the year. I've always been a strong advocate that if you absolutely don't need surgery, don't open anything, so we'll just see. At the end of the season, we'll reevaluate and go from there." Surgery or no surgery, Tinordi may have finally found some stability in the NHL here in Chicago at the age of 31. He is expected to become an unrestricted free agent at the end of the season and would love to be back with the Blackhawks. "Me and my family are Midwestern at heart," Tinordi said. "We like it here. We've always loved the city. I like the group and the team, the coaches, what they're building here. I know it's been a tough year to win hockey games this year, but if you look to the future, if you can help in some way to build something here, that would be great. Given what he's brought to the table this season and how well he's fitted in Chicago, it seems like a no-brainer for the Blackhawks to re-sign Tinordi, who's hoping the feeling is mutual. I feel like it, but you never really know what direction the teams want to go," said Tinordi. "I hope they see that I can fit in here for the future. In the meantime, I'm going to focus on finishing the year and having a strong end to the year and doing what I can and then letting things take care of itself at the end of the year. Thanks for watching."